the bomb bay doors. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just doing nothing. Nothing. Yes, nothing. I'm not doing anything. Yes, in case you haven't noticed, Lego Movie is next on our docket. Damn it, I just realized something. And yes, now that is right. Previously, Gare Bears, I had mentioned that everything is awesome because we are going to go over Lego Movie today. Cause let's face it, Legos, they're fucking awesome. I'm a '90s kid, so I ended up playing with all my Legos. Clearly, see, I still have mine. You know, for my kids someday, I will definitely pass off this great kids toy as the generations go on and on because they need to know about Legos. And because Legos is on the silver screen and back in the big picture, let's face the truth, Legos, the true Lego generation has depleted. It's sad, but it's true. Because we're getting older, we don't really play with the brand anymore, unless you maybe use them for work, you know, if you're a teacher, an architect, you know, whatever, you're using it. But it's true. Which is why I wanted to see this film. Legos were huge in my day. God, I feel old saying that. I still have, as you can clearly see behind me, Legos were huge in my, as you can clearly see behind me. Now, I and most of my generation loved the brand, you know, so it was the colors, the ability that anything was possible. You know, which is interesting to say because it's actually the main point of the film. Well, what else were you expecting? It's a kids film. There's always going to be a bigger underlining on what's being told, especially when the audience in the room, while the kids laugh their asses off, know what's going on. I love this film since it was announced, which is high praise for any film because I was putting way too much positive energy into this. I was putting way too much into it, and you know, an outlook on this film. I noticed that if you do that, if you put too much into something, it actually turns out bad because it hits you right back with huge disappointment. But don't worry your beautiful little heads about this because this film has everything you want in this really awkward Lego comedy. Um, you know, it had awkward comedy, hilarity, references to other films, references to other TV shows and others. I mean, Legos, and in my opinion, the best or at least favorable cast for this year alone by far. Now, but I honestly, but in honesty, I actually loved every bit of this film from top to bottom, from the announcement to the completion, and this cast had me head over heels in love with it as well. I mean, you have the newcomer to limelight, Mr. Chris Pratt or Andy from Parks and Rec, and he's actually starting in a new film. He's actually going to probably be typecasted from now on in the new adventure as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm really excited about him, and I've been a fan of his since the beginning. So check him out. And of course, the beautifully talented Elizabeth Banks, which later in this year she'll actually be directing. For Pitch Perfect 2, she's directing, producing it. I'm surprised she's not catering it at this point. And I was actually very excited, which I'm very excited about. You also have Alison Brie coming from Community fame. Morgan Goddamn Freeman. I mean, come on. Will Arnett, who's an amazing Batman, if I could say so myself, and of course Will freaking Ferrell as the bad guy, as President Business. Yeah, no, yeah, just run with it. I mean that's not even the top. That's not even the tip of the gigantic iceberg of this casting. And yes, especially if you're good at playing, uh, guess the voice. There are many other fun cameos that you will enjoy, and enjoy you will, my friends, because like I said before, it has everything you need, and I gotta say, it's hilarious. It really is. I found myself laughing through through the entire film, especially when you have a great funny man in Will Ferrell, Arnett, Pratt. I mean, I know they're fictional and only weirded characters, but they seemed like they had a lot of fun behind the scenes of this. They have decent chemistry together. there is just one thing that kept blowing my mind, and it was that if you don't know by yet, and if you look in the credits, it actually tells you, sort of. It just says that there's a unit for it. Um, this film was not animated, and it was not. It was only partially CGI'd. It was all built by Legos with stop motion camera work, and every fucking scene, even the water, was completely built by Legos, and it was phenomenal the way that I believe, if my search team is correct, research team is correct, it took them at least 2 years, maybe 2.5 years to finish this, which is why it is 2014 now, and we're going to get a sequel to this lovely film in 2016, which I'm super excited about, in May, Avengers territory. So I'm hoping that they don't clash together, otherwise it's going to be a big box office blowout. It should be very interesting. But it blows my mind because every amount of work that had to go into this film is just completely insanity. You know, every set, every bit and piece, literally and figuratively, was built with Legos. I mean, like I said, even as the set, even the water was the best part in my opinion, because you know the way that they animated it, the way that they moved it, you know, it was fantastic. Now this film was written and produced by the same people who did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Yes, that Cloudy, and if you're thinking what I'm thinking when I thunked it, you are right, my friends, because it is just as good, you know, just as clever as the writing as in Cloudy as it is in Lego Movie. Not to a perfect extent as puns, as much as Cloudy is, but it's still as clever as you might think, and you will enjoy it. It's just smart the way that they did. I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you, you will not uh, get the end. You know, you will not see it coming. I certainly did. My friends certainly didn't, and it was actually hilarious to see what actually did get done. Now, now this is a kids film, so you know it's actually. But there is a lying under message, you know, under the awesomeness that is Lego Movie. There is an underlying message to the kids and or to adults, if it tickles your fancy. Um, it's actually really good. You know, it tells you not to always follow the instructions. You know, be special in your own right, because you know you should follow your own path. You know, no matter what happens to you, it's actually a really fun, moving movie in the end, and it's actually I loved it, and I definitely will buy it as soon as it comes out on DVD, and most likely it will come with something. You know, knowing Walmart. Best Buy, Target, I'm sure there's going to be a Lego something that comes with the movie as a set. So, and they do actually have the sets. They have the micromanagers. They have They actually have the physical Legos to buy. You know, you can buy Emmett or I believe the Batman. You can just buy it regularly. They have Wild Style or Lucy. They do have President Business. It's actually a very interesting movie. I do recommend that you see it. Also, I do recommend that you like, subscribe to my channel. You can do that in the description below. Now, as well as picking up the sweet tea of the day right here. This actually should have been another one, but I forgot to switch it out. You know, make sure you can do that also in the bottom, because our next awesome adventure, we're going to be on a ride along with Detroit's finest. Yes, Detroit's own Alex Murphy. Oh, did I mention he's part robot? Yeah, he's a cyborg. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.